I would like to put on record the privilege that I felt that we were so well looked after, because both Pamela and I had moments at university where we thought enough is enough and we're going to go, we were depressed or fed up or what have you, and we both got rescued. Pamela went to see the Dean of Social Studies when she discovered that I was planning to leave, and he sort of summoned me to the presence, and we sat there over a box of tissues, and he sort of gradually brought me back to sanity, and I stayed. And the same thing happened to Pamela a bit later, after we left our old digs, in fact, and we'd moved into new digs, and there was very little time left before our final exams, so it was right at the very end, and she was planning to leave because she didn't feel she could cope and all the rest of it. And they were called advisors then. I suppose you'd call them a personal tutor. We would if you were at Oxbridge anyway. I mentioned it to him, and he took Pamela in hand and you went back to his house, didn't you? You stayed at his house when you were taking your exams, because you went home and you didn't want to come back, and he said, well, come back and take your exams. You don't need to go into the university except to do the exams. You can stay at my house.
So it's really lovely support.
Yes, no, we did have excellent support, because I also had a little wobbly in the first year when I had some family dramas, and my mother was going to remarry, and as soon as I told my father that my mother was going to remarry, my father decided he was going to remarry, and he married some girl that was about, half his age, not much older than me, and I'd never met her before until the day of the wedding. And then that marriage didn't even last through the honeymoon, and so I was having all this family drama going on around me, and I sort of started thinking, well, what am I doing here? This is just, I live in a different world, and I had a wobbly then, and again they said, no, don't be silly,
Really lovely support. It sounds very personal as well.
Yeah. But the thing is, it was personal because it was so small that everybody knew you.
It could be personal.
It could be personal.
Yes.
Everybody in our School of Studies, our School of Studies was minute. We said there are 400 people in the university, but that's not the whole university. And in social studies, I don't know how many there were when we started out, about 65 or something. Some tiny little number. So all the staff and all the students knew each other. So they could give you personal support because they knew who you were.